some of the 70,000 British victims of an incredibly audacious $4.5 billion online scam are facing a last-ditch attempt to salvage some of their money.
Now, they thought they were investing in a cryptocurrency. It's, of course, a digital alternative to normal currencies and normal banks. But I'm afraid it was all made up. It was a fantasy. So now the woman behind it is on the FBI's most wanted list. She's been missing for 8 years. I think they thought she went to Greece, and then nobody knows now where she is, whether she's even alive or dead. On the FBI website, in fact, they say she's probably had some plastic surgery. I mean, and that she left with armed guards. I mean, that is the level of deception that she might still be pursuing.
I guess because she knows. A lot at stake.
Yes,
she's got a lot at stake. If she's caught, she'll be in a lot of trouble. Well, look, we spoke to Jen McAdam. You might remember her from last summer. She lost thousands to the scam, and her family did too, and urgently needs new funding for her legal case before it ends forever. And she joins us now. Jen, I remember you from last summer. We're chatting. You broke all our hearts because it's such a human thing, and we know, so many are falling for financial scams generally and have fallen for this particular one too. Just because people might not have remembered it, take us back to the beginning. How did you first come about this? What did you do? How did it escalate?
I invested my late father's inheritance.
Gosh.
I was introduced through my best friend.
Yeah.
Through one of her contacts. And at the time it was, Bitcoin was really... And, it was really taking off.
It was everywhere on social media, and everybody was standing in front of a Ferrari going, oh, my God, I made £10,000 overnight. They were.
And that's what happened in OneCoin. You saw people...
So you thought it's just like Bitcoin, which was a legitimate cryptocurrency.
It was a legitimate,
OneCoin, however, was a nonsense.
They didn't have a blockchain.
No.
A blockchain creates cryptocurrency. She pretended.
Yeah.
It was a SQL server, an accountant database.
And Jen, can I ask you sort of what were you doing for a living at the time? Sort of how much research did you do? Because you sound like you really it wasn't just a gamble, essentially. You must have thought about it and felt like it, well, I've researched this.
Yeah, well, I used to work in IT, I had my own business, then I took ill with ME. So at the time, I was recovering from 5 years bedbound with ME, really. Oh. So I was recovering from that. As I said, my dad died. And at that point, that's where I invested this money. I thought it was going to be life-changing for family.
Exactly. You get this chunk of cash, this £9,000, and you thought, right, I'm going to do something with this. It's what my dad would have wanted. Yeah. When did you realise that it wasn't real? And
it was a few red flags, that the bank accounts closing and opening all the time. I had an American cryptocurrency chap who was experiencing this is a fraud and left a dossier of information to look through. But it was when they started asking questions and you get shut down and there was no verification at anything.
But was it before these red flags, you'd already told family and friends about it? So your friend told you, and then you then started
Spread
talking...
like wildfire. Yeah, if you're out for lunch, what have you been up to? Oh, I made this investment. Wait to tell you about it. And that's how it went.
And can I ask you, was it showing on the bank account that you were making money day by day by day? So why were you so... What made you tell people? Yeah,
the growth of the value of OneCoin. So I mean, what she produced in terms of marketing and how she created this fraud was really immense. It was some story. It was incredible.
And I think, is there something in the fact that it was a woman as well, that there is some sort of an element of, she feels sort of familiar in some way,
yes. Well, that's it. You don't expect...
And there's women in finance.
A mother nurturer, and you really don't expect... I mean, I saw her stand at the Economic Forum, Economist, giving a speech to business banking dignitaries round about the world. She was in the front cover of Forbes magazine.
Let's just say who she is, because it's not your fault. So it's Dr. Ruja. She's known as
Ruja Ignatova.
Ignatova. She was known as the crypto queen, and she presented herself. There she is. This is who we're talking about.
That's her.
She presented herself in a way that genuine people presented themselves. That's the wanted list now, because she's on the wanted list. And, of course, you are absolutely not alone, are you, in being done?
How much
in
did
this.
everyone lose? I'm just
Sorry. Yeah, you're absolutely not alone in done it. It happens in lots of ways. I think in total, you, because of your enthusiasm and belief, you encourage your family, and the total ended up over
over 250,000 euros we lost.
so about £220 million. £220,000.
Yeah, and worldwide, she targeted, there was about 3 million investors. In a certain period of time, it was 5 billion, but that's what's in the media, but there's a lot more than that. That was only a certain period of time.
That's an incredible pressure on you and your family, because, of course, you must feel horribly guilty. Is that fair to say? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
It never leaves you, hence why I've been fighting for justice
and
since
now you've
2017.
Hit a block with that. Tell us what's happened.
Well, it took years fighting for justice, and finally we submitted our class action lawsuits in 2024. And it was going fantastically well. This was for victims, over 439 victims around about the world, not just the UK. And within a couple of months, I came on here and we spoke about it.
Yeah.
We were granted in London High Court worldwide freezing orders for various defendants in our lawsuit.
So to freeze their assets and maybe retrieve your compensation from the money laundered.
Yeah, and Ruja Ignatova was one of those, the founder. But then within a couple of months, our litigation funder pulled out and no funding money. He also wanted the money that he'd already paid into the lawsuit claim, which is astronomical amounts of money. Then were lawyers.
So I suppose the dilemma for lawyers and litigation funders is, if there's no chance in them recovering the money, they're putting it, in a sense, they're banking on getting some money back. They will then take a share of any money you recover.
Yeah, take a percentage.
So I suppose, they've made a business decision not to continue it, but I guess it stripped you of all hope.
I mean, right now, it's been devastating. It's been horrific. Because if you can imagine the legal costs escalating, they're astronomical. And we can't understand why this has happened. We placed our faith in our lawyers and the US litigation funder. We also placed our lawsuit, which we felt was the best. We have the best law process in the world. We really did. So our faith and trust was there. We are already fraud victims being financially wiped out. For this to happen again, it feels a bigger injustice. There's a lot of reasons to it I can't go into, but it's devastating.
And also, of course, because she's still at large, there are no criminal prosecutions available to you.
No,
there's sort of no justice, criminal or civil.
That's right.
And that's a terrible place for somebody who, was just trying to make the best of their investment. And it is, if nothing else, you talking about it is a salutary tale to anybody who is watching this, to say, if you feel something's too good to be true, just don't do it, I guess, isn't it?
What may look like sugar could be salt, but if there's any litigation funders out there, please get in touch, because
you're deserving of it. You're deserving of the support, and we wish you well with it. And thank you for coming back to talk to us about it.
I'd like to just say thank you to Steffson Harwood Law Firm, who stepped in to help us through this. Genevieve Quirin, Tim Knight, and Stephen Littleford, and 2 cases, Patrick Green and Kathleen Donnelly. Thank you so much for stepping in and helping us now.
Jen, we absolutely feel for it. Look, if you want to hear more, the latest episodes of the Missing Crypto Queen are available now on BBC Sounds, and you make a passionate case. We all just totally feel for you.